And I knew that there was more that I can do to affect change in a more powerful and impactful way. And my soul was just guiding me. And so I left the stage, and I left everything. I left my marriage. I left my family. I was running, and I was really traumatized by a lot of things that were really haunting me. And I needed to learn how to heal myself. And so my spiritual counselor at the time, Akadama, introduced me to Kundalini yoga and Qigong. And so as I deepened in that practice, I learned chanting and reciting mantra. And that introduced me to a whole new way of expressing myself and using my voice. And so from there, I began to heal myself.
Greetings, my name is Queen Afua. I help people to live a healthy life in body, mind, and spirit. Welcome into the sacred circle, where you will find peace, inspiration, and practical tools for living a happy wellness lifestyle. So come inside and make yourself at home.
Satnam, beloved Queen Mother, I'm honored to be here in this sacred space with you. Thank you for the invitation to share my offerings and my gifts. Blessings.
And you know, when I look at you, you know what I see? I see
Yeah.
heaven on earth. I see heaven on earth. And I see new, like the crown that you have in the background of your head. Not the crown on your head, but also the crown around you. It's like a double crown.
Yes.
Because everything to me is a reading. And that double crown looks like Mother Newt. And it's blue. The Mother Newt is over your consciousness. And literally you've come here on this planet to bring heaven down to the earthly plane. And we need it more now than ever. You have been able to tap in, and you have been able to live your purpose and your vision. Please share with us your gifts, what you have to offer to us, how we can begin to heal ourselves.
Thank you. First, I want to start with saying thank you for seeing me. It's good to be seen. It's good to be felt. It's good to be heard. And we all need that. And that's what I am here to do, to create safe spaces where we can heal, where we can be seen, where we can be heard, where we can be felt and loved, and equipped with the tools that we need to heal ourselves. Because we all are healers, and we know this is just a matter of who's willing to answer the call and to come online and to do the work. And so my work is music. Music is a vehicle. I was really gifted with a voice, a divine voice, as a clear channel. And my experience of being in the entertainment industry informed me a lot, but first it started in church, where I really experienced the divine within me when I would just open my mouth and sing. And for me, it was so effortless because it was just what my soul knew to do. And so in that, as I've developed and had my life experiences, I've come back to using my voice, and I have expanded my toolkit, and now I perform sound healing, where I have instruments that also heal. And so I practice Kundalini. I'm a Kundalini teacher, and mantra and chanting has also allowed me to deepen into that sacred space within myself and really open myself up more to be of use. And I also perform Reiki. I'm a Reiki master, hypnotherapy as well. I'm a student of psychology, and studying the mind has also been very fascinating for me, studying human behavior. And all of these things, I've learned to just culminate all of these things so that I can be of service and really support those who want to come online and who want to operate from their highest selves. And so that is my work.
Thank you. Can you give us three most profound things that we can do to begin to shift our energy to higher ground, that we may wake up that inner healer?
Absolutely. For one, the awareness. Sitting with yourself is most important. Looking in the mirror, for me, what helped me to see myself more clearly was really, like I said in my bio, greeting myself on the mat, whether I was a mess, whether I was feeling good or not, really examining and exploring my true self inside and out. And so once you come online and are willing to be vulnerable with yourself and to see yourself clearly, then you are able to make room for other gifts to flourish within you. Then you connect with others who also see and reflect those gifts within you. And so for me, breathing, just tuning in with my breath is of the utmost importance. Yes.
Number 2.
Yes. And then number 3, let's see, believing in myself, trusting myself that I am fully capable of being all of the wonderful things, all the visions that are inside of me, and being of service to the world. And so believing was a really, really big part for me as well. And believing that I was capable of fulfilling what my soul was calling me to do.
Thank you. As an artist, to me, art, that's so cultural. To take the song, the dance, the movement, the food, the state of mind, and bring it all together. That's holistic, and that's our cultural awareness. That's how we did it. We expressed ourselves through the art. We called on the forces of nature through the arts to help us. We called on the Most High to give us guidance. And we do it in all our various spiritual houses. Yes. Today being Ra Day, where many are doing their spiritual development and enhancement. Could you give us a medicine song to get us into alignment?
Absolutely, I would love to. And I have a Shruti box as I've been expanding my knowledge of music as well, because I'm a student. I'm forever a student. I learned of this Shruti box. I can show you here a little bit. It's from India, and it's a really beautiful, beautiful instrument. And so this mantra is Sat Siti Siti Akal, and this is for victory. It gives us caliber, and it gives us victory to overcome all of the fears, the doubt, the insecurities. And it reminds us that we are timeless, we are deathless, we are divine beings. And so I welcome you to tune in with me. And just breathe in. Sat Siti Siti Ka Siti Ka Mahaka Mahaka Satanam Kamurero Aheguru Sat Siti Siti Ka Siti Ka Mahaka Mahaka Satanam and just breathe in and see the truth of who you are. Feel that breath. Feel that music within you. You are timeless. You are deathless. You are the true divine essence. Sat City, City Call, City Call, my call, Satnam, Call Murer Waheguru, Sat City, City Call, my call, Satnam. And when we say Waheguru, that's wonderful, Lord. Wonderful. You're celebrating you. It's like saying hallelujah. And it's a reverence to ourselves and celebration of the divinity within us.
That connection, plugging in to our divine essence, where all the answers dwell, where you get a chance to refresh your spirit and be guided. We feel that. I feel it. It feels so good.
I often put myself to sleep. Sometimes when I'm healing myself, I go into this state. And I
it has to work for you, right? Your own healing work you give to others, it has to work for you.
Yes.
And every time you serve, you're serving yourself. So you keep going higher in the healing. How wonderful is that?
Yes.
And so how long have you been doing this work?
I've been singing.
What led you to it? What led you?
Right.
I always say we're going from death to resurrection. Usually one who's healing, they went through something to be inspired to make a shift.
Yes.
What was your shift?
So I was in the entertainment industry and I was touring with artists, legendary artists. And I was looking out at the crowds in coliseums and stadiums. And I'm like, why is everyone here to see and to hear this person? What is it that is the great connector? Why does everyone care to invest their time and energy to be here? What is that feeling? And I knew that it was love. I discovered that it was the love that was being expressed through song. And eventually touring in the entertainment industry, I became dissatisfied and it became unfulfilling for me. And my spirit was like, there's more. And I knew that there was more that I can do to affect change in a more powerful and impactful way. And my soul was just guiding me. And so I left the stage and I left everything. I left my marriage. I left my family. I was running and I was really traumatized by a lot of things that were really haunting me. And I needed to learn how to heal myself. And so my spiritual counselor at the time, Akadama, introduced me to Kundalini yoga and Qigong. And so as I deepened in that practice, I learned chanting and reciting mantra. And that introduced me to a whole new way of expressing myself and using my voice. And so from there, I began to heal myself. And as I did, I saw the effects. I felt the effects. I felt the change and the transformation. And it excited me to be able to offer that to others who once abandoned themselves and abandoned everything that they knew and needed to become home for themselves. I had to become home. I had to become loving to myself. And so this is more fulfilling for me. It's purposeful, and that's what I needed. That's what my soul was guiding me. And it was just, there's more purpose, there's more meaning. It's not just singing for fame and glory. That's fleeting. I wanted something that would expand my soul and heal and nourish and nurture. And I found it. And I'm deepening more and more into that.
That's so wonderful. Well, I don't see that you were running. I see you were seeking.
True.
Yeah, that's what it was. And so when you know that things are out of balance and there's stress and hurt and all of that, and you start to seek the wellness, it was seeking you also.
Yes.
And then you can go back to the family and help them. You have more to give,
Yes.
more to
Yes.
share. So it's a blessing when you get a. Some of you who are listening right now, you're running, but you're not really running. You're going to something greater, and you have to just trust your spirit that where you're going is better for you. So sometimes the fire has to come to encourage you to move forward, to get unstuck, and all of that. How do they keep up with you so they can continue to get the vibrational healing that you're
Thank you.
offering?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
Yeah.
So kirtipreetkar.com is my not email. Kirtipreetkar is my website, and they can also find me by my name is Deja Gomez. That was my name that I was known by using my voice in the entertainment industry, and so I do still have that as my IG handle. However, Kirti Preetkar is my spiritual name that I am now embracing fully. And so kirtipreetkar.com, and sound healing, I would love to bless you with these beautiful instruments and with my gift of song. And I have many modalities that I've learned and acquired so that I can be of service in a diverse way. And so
Well,
that is how you can find me.
well, they will seek you out. You won't have to run. They'll seek you out because you're such a lovely soul. And
Thank
we
you.
thank you for your devotion, your dedication, your spiritual courage, and your
Thank you.
spiritual loyalty. We give
Thank you.
thanks.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
Satnam.
Oh, greetings to you. Thank you. We're very thrilled to have you here in sacred space. This is important to me because I often pick up the phone, and on the other end is a sister in corporate America who's in high places and high level of stress and anxiety. And I remember when I was reading through, I was feeling her coming through, and she called me up and she said, I wanted to get out of it. I wanted to get out, but I just couldn't figure out how to do it. And she contracted cancer of the breast. And she said, I had to get the cancer. That's the only thing that would have pulled me out. That is how devastated she was. So she now is healing and she's coming through. So what you have tapped into is medicine, holistic medicine, spirit medicine, social justice medicine to help those women not feel like they're in bondage. So could you please share what motivates you to go to this level?
First of all, thank you for having me in this space with you. It's amazing to share space with you. Yes, my journey was I spent 22 years in a corporate structure. I left only 9 months ago. Thank you. It's a big change. And part of my journey was I met Raw Goddess, who's my business partner now, and she's introduced me to you and to all your teachings about 5 years ago. And about 5 years ago, I started to face just challenges at work. I had risen very quickly. I had all of the degrees. I had all the success, all the titles. And it was the level of stress, though. I was living out of a suitcase, sometimes 3 cities in 1 week. I found myself in a pressure cooker of a situation on a new project. And all of a sudden, I started to get sick. And it started as stomach problems, then rashes, then headaches. And it was this mysterious set of illnesses that kept growing and growing. And at the same time, I had a question of, do I belong here? You know, is this a space I want to stay in? Is this my work in the world? And I think those two things coming together made me ask different questions. And so I sought out 15 doctors before I found out what was wrong with me, really trying to figure out something doesn't feel right. This isn't just aging. There's something else happening here. To realize, I think it was the stress of what I was doing and the incongruency in being in a structure that didn't necessarily, corporate structures don't see women of color. Corporate structures don't necessarily uphold the things that we care about, don't necessarily tell our stories. And so I think it was trying to fit into what I thought success looked like, trying to fit into what I think my immigrant parents and my immigrant culture taught me success was, and realizing maybe it wasn't, I wasn't full of my power. And so I realized I had the seed of power, but I wasn't feeling powerful and I needed to make a change.
When I think about corporate structures, thank you. You are corporate. You set the tone, in other words. Yeah. You set this because you now have moved into your own work. And I'm sure at some point you're going to be bringing staff in. because you're going to expand.
Yes.
So when you bring a staff in, you're going to now, that's what I would consider corporate, but from more of a holistic place.
Yeah.
From a more natural place, a more inclusive place, a more loving place, a more compassionate place. I think about another case where a sister was in a board meeting and she was on her menses and she went into the bathroom and just blood was just everywhere and she was in such excruciating pain while in the meeting. And then she just pulls herself together and came back like nothing happened.
Yes, I've had stories of migraines and, you know, running to the bathroom and coming back and trying to make it work, right? Trying to get through, push through. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that, you know, this, being in that environment, I know you've learned so many lessons of what not to do, what to do, what we need. Could you please share maybe 3 different lessons that we could take in the women who are in this position to unravel that pain and come into their power?
Absolutely. So I think one lesson, and so I've spoken to about 500 women of color as I'm writing the book. And so one lesson is a lot of them are sick. And so one lesson is to listen to your body, right? Your body, when your mind ignores, right? We're taught in corporate structures to ignore the signs. Your body will speak. So one lesson is listen. It will continue to get louder.
Could you repeat that again?
Yes, listen.
You said in corporate structures that we're told to do what? To
listen to their minds, right? You're like overpower, overthink, like listen to your brains, listen to what your head is telling you. But our bodies are speaking and they're not 2 different things. And I think when you're in a corporate structure for that long, when you're in business settings, sometimes you're taught not to listen to your body. So one is listening to your body. I think number 2 is there's a lot of things we're told as women of color, Black and brown women walking in the world, walking in America, about the stories and the things that we should value. And so I think there's a process to shed messages that tell us we're not important, we're not powerful, we're not enough, and to carry the wisdom, the things that you teach, the wisdom from our cultures, the wisdom from where we come from. And there's not always space for that in corporate structures and in business. And we need to find space for that. We need to make space for that. So that's number 2.
Give us an example of that, because that's very deep.
Yeah, so I've had to really work through what success means to me, right? Success a few years ago might have meant that title, might have meant that paycheck, might have meant meeting really important people in the world, selling a big, you know, a big project. And I think now success means feeling settled, knowing who I am, being in my energy, you know, being healthy. I learned the hard way, right? That health is more important than some of the outward success. And I think sometimes we don't place priority on that and don't place enough importance on that.
Well, it sounds also like valuing you.
Yes, valuing you.
You need.
Yes.
As opposed to what you're told you're supposed to feel,
Absolutely.
what you're supposed to do, and
Absolutely.
how you're supposed to bring it right now.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds like freedom to me.
Yes, it is. It is. Raw calls it freedom, liberation, all of it. Absolutely. Yes.
So how long were you in corporate America? You said how many years has it been?
22 years and only 9 months out. So yes, it's very new.
And the way you say it, 9 months out.
Yes. Yes.
What are you doing now with all that you have gathered and learned through the years?
Yes.
What are you doing?
So I'm writing this book, and so meeting with women as I mentioned. And so the book is called The First, the Few, and the Only. And it's talking about those of us that are the first, the few, or the only in our spaces. The second thing I'm doing is we started nFormation, Ra, Goddess, and I. And it is a business to support women of color in professional settings. So we're creating safe space. So a lot of the women that I'm meeting feel like they can't tell their story. They can't talk about the microaggressions and the challenges that come up at work, the racism that comes up at work, how it is difficult. How do you balance home needs with work needs? And so we've created an online platform for women to come together and talk about that, to find each other, to find community. And to share, because what we both believe and what I've learned through my own journey is that there's power in community. And I think especially in corporate America, we're taught about individual focus, right? On individual success. And we really need the circle to actually be successful and to be supported and to really be healthy. And so that's what we're working with women of color on right now.
Whoa, this is so thrilling and exciting. You said the circle, the circle, the feminine principle. So you're saying that it was not about the circle and the unity and what is healthy for us. So that's part of the sickness. And so you coming out, the courage, what was that moment when you said, okay, I'm complete. I cannot do another moment of this. What was that shift?
Yeah, I think the shift was realizing I had support, that I had the title, I had a lot of senior people looking out for me. I had success, right? I had the network, I had all of those things.
Okay.
And I looked around and I saw the other women and men, the other people of color around me who didn't necessarily have those same things and those same experiences. And I felt if I'm struggling in this way, or if I'm asking these questions, if I'm in tears every day, feeling not healthy, not good, questioning my value and my worth and what I'm contributing to the world, what are they all doing? How can I help my sisters and brothers around me? So I think it was a calling that I've been given a lot of gifts and a lot of opportunity, and I've learned a lot from being in a corporate structure. So I don't see it as a negative, right? I learned a lot of things. How do I share that with other people so that they don't have to go through this experience? Because we can do it differently, but in order to do it differently, we have to do it together.
Well, see, you will do it differently, and it's a paradigm shift, and you will set a tone, and the women will say yes to it because they want a healthier way of being. Because it's never really 40 hours. I'm sure you hired for 40, but you may be doing 60 hours. You don't have too much time for yourself.
Yes.
You don't have too much time for your family, and you're trying to run and take care of family, take care of you, take care of work, overdone and wiped out. So women are having hysterectomies. I'm sure those who are strong in corporate America, women are having breasts removed. Women are on medication for their nervous system. They're in trauma. So that is the new shift. And that is, I would say that would be the calling. I give thanks for the book, The Calling, the Rock Goddess wrote.
Yes,
because I feel that you're following the calling.
Yes.
And we have a calling on our lives, and that is freedom. That is not to be in bondage. That is not to be suppressed. It's to be who we are. Well, 22 years, you have mastered the craft.
I have mastered the craft.
And you now become the corporate medicine woman. You help the women to overcome.
Yeah.
And I love it. I just love it because it is needed for us to become whole women. And we could then have whole families. And we'll have to sacrifice our bone marrow to build up a corporation, but to know that we can incorporate now ourselves into this and create a new shift. So with this new awareness, how are the women receiving you?
They're excited. They're excited to meet each other, because I think the thing that that I didn't realize was how many of our stories are shared and how isolated the women are, because they're busy and they're trying their best to make it work. And so just to have community and to be able to share the stories, we did a call earlier this week, and within a few minutes there were tears, right? Just tears of community, tears of joy, of being seen and heard for the first time in a long time. And I think that's so important for all people, but especially right now for Black and brown women right now.
So give us at least 1 or 2 points of what happens to Black and brown women in corporate America. What has been happening to us?
Yeah, I think that we start to question our worth. We start to question our value, because some of how we actually are inside and what we believe isn't necessarily reflected in the structures around us. So that's one. I think secondly, we don't see role models or examples that look like us, right? So we question if we belong there, and if we should, what I call conform and adopt and just produce. And those aren't healthy ways of being. So I think there's a real question of, I'm trying to do really good and I'm going to go do more and work harder and go faster. And yet, do I even belong here? Am I even accepted here? Am I having to put on some sort of cloak and hide who I am to really operate in these structures? And I think that's what we're starting to question right now in a very open way, in a very different way than we've ever done before.
Well, this is right on time, because I'm actually getting ready to go work in corporate America. But it's 100 women through Facebook. So you're coming out and you're helping the women I'm going in and I'm helping the women in there.
Yeah.
So we are really reflecting each other, two spectrums, but we're going the same direction.
Yeah.
So I just want to say I totally admire you for having the strength and the courage to be all of yourself, because going in it was great, but now you learned some lessons and it could be done another way, a healthier way, a more holistic way, a more peace-filled way. So I just thank you so much. How do we follow up with you? And when is your next session, training, circle?
Yes, yes. So you can find us company-wise on nFormation.com and go sign up, and we would love to talk with you and have you. And I'm Deepa Thoughts on Instagram, and that's the best way to find me. And my book will come out next year. And so I'm excited to speak with more women and share the stories. Again, not my own story, but to share the stories of other women that I've met, because I don't think our stories, and we're not seen as business leaders, and we are, and we should be, and we need to write a new definition of what leadership is. And leadership looks like all of us. And that's what's exciting about this time right now.
I can't wait to read it.
Thank you.
And you know, this is going to be you're going to get so much information. This book is going to be so powerful for women and globally. It's the change. I will say, this is the shift. We've been waiting for the shift. It's now.
Yes.
So thank you so much. Again, how do they follow you? Repeat, please.
Yes. So I'm on Instagram, Deepa Thoughts, and they can follow us that way. And the company is nFormation, the letter N and Formation.
All right. Well, thank you for all the information that
Thank you.
and that you will continue to share.
Thank you.
I'm so excited about your work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you for everything you do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Be blessed.
Thank you to all my subscribers. We are giving away a free 7-day detox kit when we reach our milestone goal of 50,000 subscribers to this channel. To enter for your chance to win, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel, like and comment on this video, and we will choose the winner from the comments section. Thank you for growing with us. Ashe.